Everybody, we have some fantastic banners coming to Watch of Realms that include the likes of Hex, of Elowyn, and then this chick behind me. We have got Numera. If you haven't heard about her yet, I have a whole video breaking her down on the test server. Go check it out. But we have many different banners to cover, 6 in total, as well as a speculative rumored 7th for our newest guaranteed limited banner. Oh, and by the way, there is a brand new promo code for 1 rare summoning crystal and 1 huge stamina potion. More on that very shortly. Very exciting stuff. They're all of very high quality, it does seem. I'm going to give my full thoughts, full breakdown on each and every one. I cannot wait to tell you guys more about it. Very quickly, before we get into it, a huge thank you, of course, to Destin, who initially made this leak, as he always does. He is our leaker in chief, and all the leak boys. I've got a lot of amazing sources, particularly from Rokanshi and from Panther17. I'll have all those links in the description. Go check them out. Check out Destin's leaker layer, and let's get into this.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
Alrighty, folks, let's get into it. We have a lot to go through. Up first, we have what very, very likely will be our next banner. Let me move myself up just a bit so you can see all the names. And almost certainly, this is this weekend's banner. I actually think this banner would have been live today, more on that in just a moment, if not for the update delay. But we've got 3 lizards, right? We've got Ferssi, we've got Salazar, and we've got Trusk. These are 3 very good heroes. None of them, I would say, are total game breakers. The closest we have, especially for endgame content, to a game breaker is Ferssi, for just how meta and potent he is for Guild Boss 2. But in general, you know, none of these heroes are in Elowyn, but that's no one's an Elowyn if you're grading on that rubric. All 3 are very, very good in their own right. I would say for me, I'm particularly interested. Also, by the way, I'm going to give my opinion on every banner and then also let you guys know if I will be going for that banner in case that helps you. And I'll describe who I think should be going for that banner, or should you skip it and save for something else. So for me, this is a no-brainer banner. Sure, we do have a very excited 250 guaranteed limited banner I'll get to at the very end. Right now, it's just a rumor though, so I'm not really going to totally act on just rumors. And for me personally, I love Trusk. I have my Trusk A2, I believe. But then very importantly, I'm only missing about 6 normal heroes. I guess if you count Lords, it's like 7. If you don't count Lords, I think I am missing 4 normal heroes in the whole game. So heroes you can get from over here, the blue and the gold summoning crystals, and 2 of them are Ferssi and Salazar. Both of them would be nice. Ferssi would help me far more. So personally, this is a no-brainer banner for me. I also want to say, guys, I worked hard on making these slides good. I can also share this slideshow if you want. Each one has the kind of banner it will be, obviously the names of the heroes, and the type of summoning currency you'll need. So blue, red, or gold summoning shards. Trusk, an amazing defender. His exclusive artifact looks like it will be his definitive best in slot. That is also coming with this update. That should make him, you know, still a very good tank, but also really ramp up his potential as a damage dealer. So I think it is a very exciting thing. Could make him a bit more meta. I do envision we're going to reach content where you need to deal damage based on defense. And I think Trusk will be a superstar. That's just something I'm speculating, but I think it's going to happen. Ferssi's been underrated forever. I have the receipts. Go to my original Ferssi guide. I've always said he was amazing. And now the content's arriving. That's making everyone else realize it. He's got a good amount of inspiration. It's about 47% less than what Dolores can do. He comes in at like 53% her potency, but combine that with a monstrous burst heal, crazy AoE damage reduction, fantastic hero. Salazar, you know, at one time when I started playing this game, he was like the best fighter in the game. He's definitely been power crept, but undeniably he's still very good. And if you can get him A1, he's a tremendous source of bleed. Very good heroes, very good banner. And let's not ignore this thing in the corner right here. It is a 2x by 15x. So what does this mean? People all the time are going on 15x banners, getting my comments and said, so much for the 15 times chance to get a legendary. That's not how a 15x banner works. A 15x banner, it's the same chance as always to get a legendary, but if you hit a legendary, you are 15 times more likely to get one of the banner heroes. This, though, is a combination between a 2x and a 2x banner is you are twice as likely to begin with to hit a legendary, and then the 15x hits. So you have twice as likely to begin with to hit that legendary hero, and then once you hit it, it's 15 times more likely to be one of these. These are 3 very good heroes. Again, I wouldn't say any of these are like S+ heroes, but 3 definitive like A+ S heroes. And for certain content, if you need them, they're very exciting. So this is a banner I'm probably going to dump all my divines on, and not all, but a large amount of my diamonds and my blue rare summoning crystals. Now quickly guys, I said we had a new promo code and it has to do with these guys because that promo code is Happy Lizard Day, and it's no coincidence it's coming right now when I'm sure at this point we are getting a banner with 3 lizard heroes. Quickly now, as I mentioned earlier guys, we do have a brand new promo code in Watch of Realms. You guys know these things run out fast, so absolutely get to it. Click on your avatar, go to the settings, click on settings, go to redeem code, and type in Happy Lizard Day. And let's see. Redemption successful. The thing is legit. Let's see what we actually get. CD key reward. It is 1 huge salmon potion and a summon. So if we add it together, we're talking 148 diamonds worth of value. I'll take that. Okay, next banner up. This is the best banner of the bunch, definitively, because you have a chance to get the best legendary lord hero in the game, King Harz. I know you guys look at my account and you think this guy's got an A for King Harz. What a blessed life. And truly, guys, it is. I'm full of shit. I'm sorry, mind my language. I'm full of crapola. He is very mid. If you don't have any Northerner Lord, he's fantastic. You never need dupes of him. You should never pull on an ancient banner for him. Pretend he's not even on this banner. The only reason you would pull on this banner is you're willing to take the risk of resetting your Lord Pity to get a copy of Ardea. Ardea is fantastic. She is a PvP monster. She's fantastic in so much PvE progression, and then in things like Conqueror or Gear Raid 5, aka Gear Dungeon 2, she completely dominates. I will say, guys, unless you were absolutely foaming at the mouth for Ardea, and I do rank her as a triple S legendary hero, right? A triple S non-lord hero, so it is maybe worth the risk, but for normal players, it's a big risk. You're going to have something like a 38% chance if you hit legendary lord that it is King Harz. If you have Ardea, please don't pull on this banner. Her awakenings are not good enough. She's so powerful at A0. Please don't do it. If you don't have her, you can risk it for the biscuit. I would say the only people I'd really encourage maybe to risk it, if you're on a fresh Lord Pity, if you're not going to do that much, if you don't have either, then yeah, who cares if you pull a Harz, right? Ardea is so amazing, but this is a hard pill to swallow. Harz, trust me, I pulled them 5 times. I pulled 7 legendary lords ever. 5 of them are King Harz. His awakenings are absolute trash, some of the very worst in the game. Just getting the 1 copy is fine. I guess he can help you progress. It's not like he's a terrible champion, but yeah, guys, this is a big risk it for the biscuit banner, because it'd be really disappointing to reset your ancient legendary Lord Pity with a King Harz while you're going for Ardea. That being said, Ardea has a lower, at least as of March, when the last time we had the rates, Ardea's rates were half of every other ancient exclusive legendary hero. They were still higher than like Cerberus, Constance, Valkyria, and Valeriya, because those guys aren't ancient exclusive and they're trying to be nice and make those guys rarer so you don't get disappointed pulling them for the ancient summons. But if you are talking just the pool of heroes that can only be non-lords, that can only be summoned from ancient summons, as it stood back in March, like 5 months ago now, Ardea was half the rate. You were half as likely to get her as any of the other guys. She's super duper rare, so if you do want her, this is the moment. But they know what they're doing. They're not making it an easy choice. They're not doing Ardea and Solcadens, more on him in a second. They are very much doing Ardea and King Harz. If you want to risk it, risk it. Now, a very fun banner, one I will be very tempted by, but I might have to hold. Oh, I didn't give my opinion. Am I going to summon on this? Hell freaking no, dude. I have A0 Ardea. I do not want A5 Harz. I'll stick with my A0 Ardea and my A4 Harz. I'm good. I'm not pulling on this banner. So, Numera and Valeriya, this is one I'll definitely be tempted by. Numera seems like she's got very solid potential. She really is like a female Yovar. She's a fighter with the same range as like a Racha or Arrogance. It then fills out to a 3x4 rectangle. If you want more information, I do a full deep dive breakdown. I'm really happy with that video, so go check it out if you want. And then she has these kind of blades that appear behind her, and then she can burst them, you know, all in one flurry. Just like Yovar. She only does 6, Yovar does 12. She is a different kind of hero. She has one thing that's very unique. It's called Toxic Surge. That's kind of like a poison explosion if you've seen that in other games. It instantly activates poison for a certain amount of damage that can scale incredibly high. If ever there was content we could stack tons and tons of poison on, so maybe if you did like this would make like a meta team for Arbiter of Frost, because she can do up to 40 stacks. So if you had like 4 other sources stacking poison, she could pop that for a tremendous amount of damage. To be seen how it could work, but if you want to go for unique things, that is a unique thing. Currently, she has no bond skill, no partner skill with Yovar, which is bizarre because she's quite obviously female Yovar. Let's just call it like we see it. She should be pretty strong. She's got solid base attack. I believe it's at about 4,800, between 46 and 4,800. She's a good hero. Again, if you want the full specifics, go check it out. Nothing about her reads to me as game breaking, but she seems like a very good, nice ranged magic DPS fighter. Then if you go to Valeriya, one of the better heroes in the game, she's tremendous. The only issue with Valeriya is since they fixed her or they changed her, it's very, very, very common she kills herself right after the ult ends. And for a lot of content, that is really frustrating. You can still use her in Guild Boss 1. It's just a bit fickle and you got to get the timings exactly right. For Guild Boss 2, in my opinion, she's all but unusable because she really does kill herself. For tons of other content like progression and a lot of PvE stuff, she is brilliant. Gear Raid 5, she's unbelievable. Artifact Material Raid, she's unbelievable. And then, of course, if you care about PvP, she still is one of the ultimate queens, the ultimate best heroes in the game for single target arena. Having had her for a while, she's unbelievable. Then I got her A1. She gets even better. She's the kind of hero that if you really do love her, especially if you're a bit of a spender or you want to go for it, her awakenings are brilliant. One of the better A3s and the better A5s in the game. She starts doing bigger bursts. She's ignoring damage. It's a tremendous thing. With her A5, she's getting more stacks of her special sword kind of component of her kit. Very, very good stuff. You can see these characters will be on a 15x for both rare summoning crystals and legendary divine summoning crystals. This is a banner I think a lot of people are going to go for. Once we have more information on once it becomes more solid, what the next 250 limited will be, I'll just tell you, it's rumored that it's Lust. We'll talk about that in a short little bit here. But once that becomes more solid and maybe we know a date, that will inform my decision if I go for this banner. I'm kind of at the point where whenever there's a raid up on a new hero, I kind of want to go snag them. But as I saw with Glacius, it took me 7 legendary pulls before I hit him. So there's no guarantee here at all. Totally up to you guys. Definitely, Numera will not be bad. There's no way she'll be bad, but she could solidly just end up being like an A hero. And like, do we want to be pulling for A heroes when there's like S and S plus and triple S heroes out there? I don't know. She could end up being that good. I'd say her basement's like an A. To be seen how she can really shine in content or really future content. Maybe something where you need a lot of poisons and her Toxic Surge comes in. Valeriya, if you don't have her, wild. I think if you're like me, unless you're a huge spender, just rest on your A0 or your A1 or your A2 Valeriya. That's enough for the vast majority of us. If you're hyper competitive in PvP, stuff like that, or you just love her, then you can go for the Awakening. She does have brilliant awakenings. Told you I'd talk about Solcadens. So like if that was Ardea and Solcadens, what a banner, right? 2 beautiful heroes rated up, but they're kind of doing the inverse here, right? So we had the original thing I showed you was King Hearts and Ardea. And by the way, this is a 15x on Ancient Summons, as you can see in the top right. That had kind of a poop lord. I'll say it, I'm the expert. I've pulled 5 of him. King Hearts, kind of a giant L lord to pull, especially on Ancients. But there was a brilliant triple S normal legendary you could get, Ardea. This is the flip. I actually just bumped Solcadens out of triple S with the introduction of Ingrid. I only let 5 legendary lords get triple S. Obviously, with Ingrid entering, someone had to lose. Solcadens got the short straw, the short end of the stick. If you want to see all the ratings, you can find on my tier list. The link to my website is in the description of every single video. So Solcadens is, like, for me, the 6th best legendary lord in the game. He is unbelievable. He's so strong in so much content, so much burst, so much single target. If you run him with an Infernal team, he's a freak, but he can still do so much even without it, all by himself. It's incredible. But let's be honest, when Eunomia came out, we all thought she was going to be better. At the end of the day, she's just like a pretty darn good healer. There's not much more to it. If you are not running an Arbiter team, you would never use her. Like, there's no real content. She does have some cleanses. That's nice. Her heals are really big. She's kind of like a super version of Mid-On. She's got that 3x4 range. It bounces around. She's got nice multipliers. But her cleanse is super unreliable. She can never solo cleanse in Apocalypse 2, Guild Boss 2. So unless you're running a Paratus team and you just need more Arbiters to fill it out, I don't see Eunomia being such an exciting addition to your roster. She's not a huge disappointment. It's not like she's bad. She's amazing in Healer Codex, but clearly it is the inverse like I described before. Here, the Lord is brilliant. The normal hero is shockingly normal. I will not be pulling on this. As nice as Solcadens would be, I will not be pulling on this. Not when a potential future Ancient exclusive Nightmare Lord, aka Lord Gary, is eventually, as we all know, on the way. When? No idea. That is not in this video, but he's coming. And how could you ever waste your Ancients on Solcadens when you know he's coming? That's basically where I stand. Now for our freshest stuff. Ooh, you got a little sneak peek there. Our freshest stuff, because we don't even have the actual banner artwork yet. And again, huge shout out to all the League boys, to Destined, and then especially Rokanchi and Panther 17. You know, shout out to Arestus, shout out to T, everybody, right? Shout out to Alarl. But like for sure, Panther and Rokanchi, they've created an amazing Google Doc. I'll have that in the description of this video. They also are immediately leaking things on Destin's leakers layer. So if you want this news immediately, you don't want to hear it from Destin, and then you don't want to wait even longer to hear it from me, you can get it right there. And then they've created this Google Doc that's huge that has all the information they know, completely free and open for everyone to check out. So here you can go. I took a little picture from that said Google Doc. We're getting a 15x with rare summoning crystals and divine legendary summoning crystals for Elowyn and Magmus. Full stop. If you do not have Elowyn, you have to pull on this banner. There is nothing more to it. I will not ever say anything clear. She's so rare, I wouldn't be surprised if they tanked her rates. It's impossible to say. She is so important to this game. The more content they add, the better the best heroes are getting. Praetus is only getting better. Ingrid will only get better. Solcadens has only gotten better. And there's no better example than Elowyn, right? Every new piece of content, it's like, can we do it without Elowyn? And usually we eventually find a way, but it's never as good and it's certainly never as easy. We have an Elowyn problem in this game. She is game breaking. It's insane. If you don't have Elowyn, you have to go for this banner. Magmus is insanely mid. Unless you're early game, maybe early mid game, I don't see any real use for him. You can make him kind of work in Gear Age 5. You can kind of make him work in Arena, but he's not that special. The only interesting thing here is I don't have Magmus, so I wouldn't mind getting him just to fill out my collection, my Pokédex, and make my nascent summons a bit better. But I will say, if you're like me and you have an A0 Elowyn, her A3 is awesome. The amount of extra cleansing and stuff is really cool that you get from A3, especially if you're making giant pushes in APOC 2. But unless you're going for that 120k, and you can still do it without the A3, just the A3 makes it so much better. I don't see it being so essential. And the A5 is amazing. Basically, when she ults, she instantly gets another Wood Elf, so you can just double Wood Elf one after the other. You can't deploy them both at the same time, but this way, as soon as one ends, you do another, and basically it ends up cycling for like constant Wood Elves. It is awesome, but there's too many other good things going on. I think a normal player can't go for Awakenings. If you are a Whale or a Kraken, I would go in on this and get your A5 Elowyn. Honestly, she's so hard to get, and she is so good. Guys, let me just end it here. I'm not going to go for this banner unless something changes, something with the Lust news that we get. But if you do not have Elowyn, you're going to upset me if you don't go for this banner. For Guild Boss 2 alone, not even to mention all of Voidrift Epilogue, half of the Immortal Codices, or whatever you want to call him, both gear dungeons, not even discussing that, just for Guild Boss 2 alone, if you want to progress in Apocalypse 2, oh my god, do you need Elowyn? Please pull for her if you don't have her. Now we've got another hero many people will get excited for, and that is Hex, and he is paired with a brand new hero, Xaris or Xaris. No, it's not Xaris or Xaris. We're going to call him Xaris. Let me know if that's a bad pronunciation. We can decide the canon pronunciation right now. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to say Hex and Xaris. Xaris is going to be, it looks like definitely a cultist. He is going to be a summoner. He's actually on test server, but his image wasn't there yet when I checked. Typically the rule I hold myself to is I won't cover something on test server until actually the hero model appears. And when I checked last, it was not there. Who knows, maybe it's been added since I started filming this video. He looks to be pretty cool. I honestly can't speak to too much more. I know Destin broke him down in a leaks thing, so you can go check that out if you want. I will not speak on it yet, because until it is leaked, I'm not going to be the one breaking any kind of news. Seems interesting though, and he is a new hero, so that's very exciting. We've got incredible epics. I know I haven't talked about the epics yet, but Dallin, and Vortex, amazing, and it is worth mentioning for newer accounts, Dallin and Vortex are both fusion fodder, right? Dallin is for Micah, Vortex is for Abomination, so for new accounts, what a banner. And now we haven't even mentioned yet the total king of the whole banner, Hex. Hex is like a definitive, let's say top 12, probably 12 or 13 normal legendary hero in the game. If you get his exclusive, he's like top 5. He is unbelievable. If I could guarantee he always has his exclusive, he would probably be triple S. He is so game changing. He's so stupid. He's so amazing. And that's even at A0. If you can get him A1 and his exclusive, holy moly, congrats. I'm lucky enough to have that. And then his Awakenings are just better and better. Depending on when this one falls, certainly if it's after the potential Lust banner, I will go like all in on it because I want to get a copy of Xaris, and my Hex is only A1 to this day, so the more dupes the better. What a brilliant banner. I'd say the vast majority of players should be going for this. And then finally, I don't know who made her smile. What kind of weird person would make all the characters in this game have big creepy smiles? But Lust. Rokanshi has told us, near guaranteed it, that Lust will be next. They'll be doing a rerun of her banner. If you don't know, Lust came out on Valentine's Day on a very special 250 exclusive hero limited banner, 15x. Maybe it was 10x at the time. It was 10x at the time, but also featuring Arrogance. That was a crazy banner. I would guess when she comes back, it will not also be featuring Arrogance, but she's coming back. And Lust, For any younger account, she's amazing in like basically all content, particularly PvE stuff. But oh my God, when you get to the harder stuff, if you're trying to make that 50k Guild Boss 1 push, and then certainly Guild Boss 2, she is so nuts good. And we have to talk about Guild Boss 2 with Awakenings. If you can get Awaken 5 Lust, she is the best DPS in the entire game for Guild Boss 2. So not even just whales and krakens, I think dolphins, and then even like mid spenders that just want to start saving already. Like I'm already starting to hoard. Obviously I'm not a spender, but I feel like I'm akin to a spender with all the free rewards I get as a content creator. This is something you're going to want to unload on. You know, I say never to use a legendary soul stone on a non-amazing ancient exclusive legendary lord, essentially. However, I have an A0 Lust, right? If I could pick up like 3 copies, I probably would consider dumping 2 soul stones to make her A5. It's that special. This is the kind of banner that's going to make a lot of people lose their absolute gosh dang minds. What incredibly exciting stuff we have coming in Watcher of Realms. Again, huge thank you to the Leak Boys, to Panther17, to Rokanchi. As always, a giant thank you to Destin for being the one that originally breaks this news. I wouldn't be able to cover this if Destin didn't cover it first. He like opens the door for us. So really cool guy, amazing. You should watch Destin's video. I'll have it linked in the description. I went back and forth with him behind the scenes on this for a while. Basically, he kind of got offered an option to be on the test server, but he had to completely stop doing leaks. He went back and forth, and as a man of the people, he is sticking with the leaks. Very cool stuff. So thank you, all the Leak Boys. Again, all those links in the description. What fantastic banners. Are you guys jazzed up? Let me know in the comments. I've been Fastidious. If you like my stuff, like it, hit that notification bell, subscribe, share it with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.